This is your one and only 𝐵𝑒𝑟𝑒81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome back to another exciting Cyberpunk video. Today, we're talking about patch 1.1. Let's get to it. So it's been 33 days since we had our last patch. Yeah, I know, it's been quite some time since we had a patch. And I gotta say, I kind of expected this one to be a lot more than what it was. This patch did not contain a whole lot, but I do think that that's because they spent a majority of their time working on stability, which could make sense. That could take up a lot of time if there's a lot of effort being put into making the game stable. So let's take a look at these patch notes real quick. So right at the top, we got stability, memory usage improvements in various systems within the game, characters, interaction, navigation, blah, 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 and various crash fixes related to, among others, load saves, game opening, closing, and point of no return. So that could have easily been where the majority of the effort in these past 33 days has went. Other than that, we got some quests in open world. It's random fixes there for random quests that we're breaking. We got a total of 13 fixes for quests and open world stuff just related to random quests. Then there's 2 UI fixes, 3 visual fixes, some achievement stuff, miscellaneous random things, one of which is interesting. It says that they addressed an issue responsible for saves getting oversized. This was one of the things that was leading to saves being corrupted. So they fixed that. So I don't know if they put the limit back on saves, if that's what they're saying here, or if saves just won't get big anymore. Then they fixed an issue where input could stop registering when you're opening the weapons wheel, fixed an issue where the continue button in the main menu could load an end game save. And then there's some PC specific things that it will now be possible to obtain achievements while offline on Steam, and addressed the game startup crashes related to load cache on NVIDIA graphics card. That's pretty much it. But that got me wondering, is there anything that they fixed or changed that they didn't list there? One major thing that's showing up and that is aggravating a lot of people is that there's no more RNG when it comes to your legendaries and stuff like that in the world. The loot fairy has ceased to exist. So what I mean by that is you used to be able, if you found a legendary and it had crap rolls, you could either reload the game or you could run 150 meters away and then come back to it and it would re-roll the stats. Now it looks like that's not a thing. And I tried multiple things, like I tried running away, coming back. I saved before I even looked at the item. I have never been to this item before yet. In this save, I went to the item, or before I went to the item, I saved, I ran up to the item, saw what its stats were, reloaded the save, ran back in, and the stats were the same. So it looks like all of that stuff is locked now, which is just trash because this stuff should have better stats than what it does anyway. For example, all of the legendary stuff should just have max slots. It's legendary, it should just have max slots, and it should have the highest armor possible, period. It should just have, or at least for your level when you view it, like when you loot it, it should have the highest. It should just, when you go up to it and the first time you look at it, it should see what your level is and then register armor based on that, and then it should have max slots. It's just kind of dumb that you had to run away and run back to it to begin with in order to try to roll the best stats. It was just needless. And it sucks even more now because that stuff's just locked to a set of stats. And I'm not sure 100% if it locks those stats when the game loads or the first time you load that area. If it's the first time you load the area, that's going to be terrible. Absolutely terrible, especially when you're going to those areas in like lower levels and it's going to lock to those lower stats. So hopefully this is a bug and this gets changed, because this is a terrible thing to happen. So from there, I decided to just go through and test a bunch of the old standby bugs and glitches and see what all was left if they decided to fix any of those things. Right from the get-go, I noticed that the perks in the pistol tree, the level 20 perk in pistols, is working now, and so is the one in engineering. So I tested those before and they weren't working, and now the Pistol one shows the proper armor when you get a crit hit, and it shows the proper damage in your stats page when you get a crit hit. And the engineering perk does work. It gives a buttload more of damage if you put a bunch of points into it. Obviously, you're gonna have to sink a bunch of points into it to see those changes, but it is definitely a thing. So those are two stealth fixes that we got, which are really nice to have. So from there, I wanted to check the duplication glitch. The duplication glitch is still a thing, still works. The money map still works, still a thing. So you can still get infinite money and you can still dupe infinite items. Blood pump is still broken, just still straight up doesn't work. The resist mod still doesn't work. You still don't get EXP when you do a finishing move with the blades. The Deadeye mod still does not work. The armor crafting perk for crafting and getting additional armor on your armor, that's still broken, still doesn't do anything to your armor. It's completely useless. The legendary crafting specs bug is still there, so if you go talk to a vendor and they have the legendary crafting specs and 24 hours passes, they will no longer continue to sell any crafting specs at all. So that bug still exists, did not get fixed. Crit chance and crit damage still don't stack. You can still get into Kabuki Tower if you didn't get some of the stuff in there and you want to go back in there after the quest. You can still glitch back in there without any issues. The wall glitch still totally works. You can still take the car and run it up next to the wall and glitch right through a wall with no problem. And that's pretty much all I've seen so far. If there's anything that you know of that is apparently fixed or is still broken, let me know down in the comments section. I'm eager to see, because I mean, you guys are many, I'm just one person. You can see and find a lot more stuff in a small amount of time than it takes for me to find stuff. So yeah, if you know of anything that's been stealth fixed or stealth nerfed or anything like that, let me know down in the comments section. If you found this video helpful, consider hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other Cyberpunk videos. And I don't just upload Cyberpunk, it just so happens that that is the featured game on the channel right now. I cover all kinds of different games, so you never know when I'm going to be making guides and news and all kinds of other good stuff for a game you may be playing. Alright, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. If you like what you saw, consider hitting that sub button. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons for making this episode possible. Y'all are absolutely amazing people. If you'd like to join my elite crew Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.